She says she doesn't want a man who plays games, but she can't stop thinking about the one who doesn't even play. Why is that? Why do women find Sigma males absolutely irresistible, even when these men barely say a word? It's not the muscles, not the money, not even the smooth talk. It's the mystery, the mindset, and the magnetism. You see, Sigma males don't operate within the standard social hierarchy. While alpha males dominate the spotlight and betas follow the rules, Sigmas do something radical. They walk away from the game altogether, and is what makes them irresistible. Psychologists call this the scarcity principle. What's rare tends to be perceived as more valuable. And a man who doesn't need validation, who doesn't chase, that's the rarest of all. In a world full of noise, Sigma males are the silence that demands attention. Their calm confidence, emotional independence, and unpredictable nature are like psychological catnip. They don't flatter to impress, they speak when it matters. They don't seek approval, they move with purpose. And ironically, that's what makes others want to chase. Women are hardwired to seek out strength, not just physical strength, but mental resilience and emotional control. Sigmas exude both. Their detachment isn't coldness, it's power. And power is the ultimate attractor. This isn't about pretending to be mysterious or playing aloof. Sigma males mysterious, because they're focused on growth, purpose, and personal freedom. That self-directed energy radiates in a way words never could. So, what makes Sigma males sexier than all the others? It's not performance, it's presence. This is your deep dive into the 8 reasons women are drawn to Sigma males like moths to a flame. This isn't just about attraction, it's evolution. A quiet rebellion against the ordinary. Welcome, Sigmas, the spotlight's on you, but you'll still stay in the shadows. Reason 1, the mystery factor. Women crave the unknown. Women are naturally wired for curiosity. Psychologically speaking, the female brain is designed to scan and decode social cues more efficiently than the male brain. It's part of an ancient survival mechanism. In simple terms, women notice patterns, and they especially notice when something follows a pattern. Enter the Sigma male. While most men are broadcasting their intentions loud and clear, bragging, showing off, or trying to win approval, the Sigma remains a mystery. He's not shy, he's strategic. His silence isn't a void, it's a presence. When a Sigma walks into a room, he doesn't need to dominate it like an alpha. He simply adjusts the frequency. His vibe speaks louder than words. Women are drawn to this for one key reason, not the fake kind where someone pretends to be distant just to attract attention, but the kind where a man is truly self-contained, emotionally sovereign, and spiritually secure. That's rare, that's powerful, and that's what sets Sigmas apart. You see, being unreadable doesn't mean being emotionally unavailable, it means being emotionally selective. A Sigma isn't going to spill his entire life story on the first date. He's not there to impress, he's there to observe, evaluate, and reveal himself. Someone earns it, and that changes the dynamic completely. Most women are used to being chased, but with a Sigma become the curious ones. They wonder, what's he thinking? What drives him? Why isn't he trying so hard? This curiosity flips the script. It sparks emotional investment. It pulls her in. Scarcity plays a big role here too. When something is rare, it naturally gains value. In economics, this is called and it applies to social dynamics just as well. Sigmas don't flood the market with their energy. They keep it exclusive, and that's why it's irresistible. So if you're a Sigma, understand this. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You don't need to play games to win hearts. Your quiet confidence, your mystery, your emotional reserve, they're not weaknesses. They're your edge. And the more authentic you are in that, the more magnetic you become. Reason 2, independent like a lone wolf, not a pack follower. While other men chase trends, mimic influences, or shapeshift to fit into social roles, Sigma males operate on an entirely different frequency. They don't follow the herd, they roam freely. This isn't just a personality quirk, it's a psychological trait rooted in autonomy, and it's incredibly attractive, especially to women who are tired of men who need validation before they can take action. You see, society often rewards conformity. Men are told what success looks like: flashy cars, loud confidence, aggressive ambition. But Sigmas don't care about approval. They don't need a crowd to validate their value. They're not rebels just to be rebellious. They're independent because it's natural to them. That level of inner freedom, it's magnetic. Studies in evolutionary psychology show that self-sufficiency in men signals high mate value. It subconsciously communicates strength, capability, and emotional maturity. A man who doesn't need a partner, yet chooses to invite one into his life, that's rare, that's powerful. When a Sigma walks into a room, he doesn't demand attention, but he gets it. Why? Because confidence that doesn't compete is calming. It's not performative. It's quiet, intentional, and real. And here's the real twist. While alpha males often rely on dominance to assert status, Sigma males exude something far more potent, mastery of self. An alpha might bark orders to be heard. A Sigma, he might say nothing at all, and still command respect. This kind of energy tells women, I'm not here to fill a void. I've already built my kingdom. You're welcome to join, but not required. That's not just sexy, that's rare, and in a world full of noise, a man who moves with clarity and calm is unforgettable. Sigma males win not because they try to impress, but because they impress by not trying. Reason 3. Deep thinkers are rare and wildly attractive. Sigmas are thinkers, observers, men of depth. While most people are loud with their presence, Sigma males operate in quiet power. They're not trying to win attention, they're winning insight. Instead of spending energy trying to impress others, Sigma males focus inward. They process the environment like a high-level strategist, reading body language, observing tone, picking up on energy shifts, and even noting what's being said. This habit of deep observation comes from their introverted yet highly analytical nature. Psychologically speaking, Sigma males often score high on traits like introspection, independence, and critical thinking. They question everything, including themselves. But rather than acting impulsively, they sit with thoughts, explore motivations, and align actions with personal purpose. That's why being around a Sigma can feel intense. They're mentally present in a way most people aren't. And here's what makes this deeply attractive. Women are biologically wired to value intelligence, especially when it signals emotional stability and long-term thinking. In fact, studies in evolutionary psychology show that many women find introspective intelligence and emotional restraint more appealing than flashy confidence or surface-level charm. It's not about who talks the loudest, it's about who the most. A Sigma male might not dominate the conversation, but he'll remember the details. He won't boast about accomplishments, but he'll ask questions that reveal genuine curiosity. He may not follow the crowd, but his confidence in solitude makes people wonder what he knows that others don't. This kind of depth can't be faked, and that's exactly why it's so magnetic. Sigmas don't need to tell you they're smart. You feel it. When a man listens more than he speaks, sees beyond the surface, and walks with quiet conviction, it sends a message. He's not just thinking. That's what makes him mentally attractive. And that's why women, even subconsciously, find themselves drawn to him like gravity, because true depth is rare, and Sigma males are living proof that silence can be louder than words. Reason 4, the confidence that comes from not caring. Let's get something straight. Sigmas don't chase, and women love that. Why? Because real confidence isn't loud, desperate, or needy. It's calm, quiet, and self-assured. This is where the Sigma male stands apart. Unlike the alpha who thrives on dominance or the beta who often seeks validation, the Sigma doesn't need a spotlight or a cheerleading squad. He walks into a room with one goal, not to prove. That's not arrogance. It's presence, and women can feel it. There's a psychological concept known as the scarcity principle. Simply put, we tend to assign more value to things that are rare or hard to get. Sigma males unintentionally embody this principle. They're not easily available emotionally or physically. They're not the ones flooding your inbox with compliments or begging for your time. They move with purpose. Their attention is earned, not given freely, and that makes it incredibly valuable. Women are biologically wired to be drawn to high-value traits, confidence, stability, and mystery. And the Sigma male checks all those boxes without even trying. His confidence isn't performative. It's deeply rooted in knowing who he is. He doesn't chase because he doesn't have to. In fact, chasing would be out of character. It would mean he's placing someone else on a pedestal, and a Sigma never gives up his power like that. And let's be clear, this isn't about playing games. Sigmas aren't manipulators. They're just incredibly self-possessed. They don't ignore women to create interest. They simply stay focused on their own mission. They have goals, passions, and principles. And if a woman aligns with that, great. If not, they keep moving. That level of emotional independence is magnetic. It flips the script. Instead of the Sigma trying to win her over, she starts wondering what needs to do to be part of the world. It's not about being cold or distant. It's about being grounded. And in today's world of constant attention-seeking and superficial interactions, that quiet strength is exactly what makes the Sigma male irresistible. Reason 5. Emotional control equals sign emotional safety. Sigmas aren't emotionally reckless. They don't explode, they don't implode, they process, and that distinction changes everything. In a world where overreactions and impulsive emotional outbursts are often normalized, the Sigma male stands out as a master of emotional regulation. Unlike alpha types who might assert dominance through intensity, or beta types who might suppress their feelings until they break down, the Sigma male takes a different approach. He reflects, processes, and responds with clarity. This trait makes Sigmas incredibly attractive to women on a deeper, often subconscious level. Why? Because emotional safety is a powerful form of security, and in today's unpredictable emotional landscape, that safety is rare. Psychologists have long recognized that women are naturally drawn to partners who can regulate their emotions. Emotional regulation signals maturity, self-awareness, and leadership, qualities that women associate with long-term stability. According to a study published in the Emotional Consistency and Resilience are directly correlated with perceived relationship satisfaction and trust. When a woman is around a Sigma male, she notices something different. Your mood isn't dictated by every inconvenience. You don't project your stress onto others, and you don't need to raise your voice to be heard. This calm composure doesn't mean you're emotionally distant, it means you're emotionally. She feels grounded around you. That stability becomes magnetic. Your vibe doesn't swing wildly with your emotions, and that creates a consistent presence she can count on. You're not robotic or aloof, you're simply anchored, and here's the paradox. Your emotional control doesn't make you cold, it makes you powerful. Because you're not just reacting, you're choosing. You've trained yourself to feel deeply without being ruled by those feelings. That's not weakness, it's elite-level strength. This emotional intelligence sends a powerful message. You're safe to be around. You're someone who listens without judgment, holds space without panic, and leads without ego. And for many women, that's more attractive than charm, muscles, or money. You don't create emotional storms, you calm them. And in a world that feels like it's always on edge, your calm becomes a rare and irresistible force. That's the quiet power of the Sigma male. Not loud, not chaotic, just grounded, present, and in control. Reason 6, purpose over popularity. Most men are busy being liked. Sigma males are busy building. Let's break this down. In today's world, many men are consumed with likes, validation, and trying to impress. From social media flexing to overcompensating in conversations, they chase attention like it's currency. But Sigma males, they don't play that game. They're not out to be liked, they're out to build. Sigma males operate on a different frequency. They're not driven by trends or approval. They're architects of their own lives, focused on purpose, not popularity. Whether it's launching a business, mastering a skill, or pursuing a deep personal mission, Sigmas move with vision. And that vision is magnetic. Psychologically, women are drawn to men who exhibit purpose and direction. According to evolutionary psychology, a man with ambition and drive signals long-term security and leadership. In short, when a man knows where he's going, it subconsciously tells a woman he can lead her somewhere worth following. Unlike alpha males who often dominate the spotlight, Sigmas prefer the shadows, but don't mistake silence for weakness. While others post highlight reels, the Sigma builds in silence, letting results speak. He shows up not once, but day after day, quietly, consistently, relentlessly, and here's the twist. While others chase women, the Sigma builds a life that makes women chase him. When a woman witnesses your dedication, sees you grind for your vision, and watches you make progress brick by brick, she starts imagining herself as part of the world you're creating. Not because you begged for her attention, but because you earned her admiration. It's not about flashy charisma, it's about authentic commitment. Sigma males are not trying to impress, they're trying to impact. And that shift in focus changes everything. So while most men are busy being liked, Sigma males are building legacies, and in the end, the builder always wins. Reason 7, the unpredictability that creates excitement. You're not a walking script, you're a plot twist. One day, you're sipping black coffee at dawn, underlining meditations from Marcus Aurelius. The next, you've bought a last-minute ticket to Bali, armed with nothing but a backpack and an unshakable sense of freedom. That might look like chaos to the average person, but it's not. It's charisma. Why? Because unpredictability is magnetic and not the reckless kind. We're talking about the kind that signals the ability to adapt, to grow, and to chase experiences instead of routines. See, the human brain is wired to respond to novelty. Dopamine, the reward chemical, spikes when something unexpected happens. So when you live outside the script, when you follow your gut instead of a GPS, you don't just spark curiosity, you light up her brain. Women don't want robots with predictable behaviors. They want men who evolve, who challenge themselves, face the unknown, and still walk with purpose. That's not chaos. You don't seek permission to live boldly. You don't check boxes society handed you. You forge your own. And that spirit, that raw, authentic independence, it's irresistible because it hints at a future that isn't boring. It's alive with stories, serendipity, and surprise. Psychologists call this behavioral flexibility, the ability to adapt to new situations without fear. It's a core trait of emotional intelligence and maturity. It also signals confidence, creativity, and leadership potential, things women subconsciously look for in a partner. You're not stuck in yesterday's version of yourself. You evolve. You change locations, ideas, dreams, and even definitions of success. And each transformation makes you more intriguing, not less. So when you walk into a room, you're not just a man, you're an open book still being written, a plot twist in human form. And trust me, that's the kind of story no one can put down. Reason 8, authenticity in a world of copycats. Here's the bottom line, Sigma males don't fake anything. In a world obsessed with image, filters, and performance, Sigma males are the outliers. They don't rely on cheesy pickup lines or copy-paste behaviors borrowed from some self-help dating guru. They don't memorize scripts or adjust their personalities to fit social molds. Why? Because they understand that true influence doesn't come from pretending to be someone you're not. It comes from being solid in who you are. Sigma males are driven by, not external validation. While many follow trends to fit in or gain approval, Sigmas act in alignment with a personal code. They know what they believe. They know what they stand for, and they live accordingly, whether the crowd agrees or not. This level of authenticity is rare and magnetic. Psychologically speaking, authenticity is tied to confidence, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence, traits that make people naturally more attractive and trustworthy. Studies even show that people are drawn to those who are unapologetically themselves because it signals stability and strength. And make no mistake, Sigma males, They don't show up to impress, they show up with purpose. Whether it's in a conversation, a career path, or a relationship, they prioritize meaning over manipulation. That's why they often speak less but say more. They value substance, not spotlight. When a man refuses to conform, he forces the world to take him as he is, or not at all. And that's powerful, that's bold, that's Sigma. Because unlike the alpha who leads crowds or the beta who follows them, the Sigma walks alone, not out of loneliness, but because he's already whole. In a world full of clones trying to be liked, the Sigma male is respected for simply being, and that, ironically, makes him irresistible. Sigmas, this isn't about impressing women. It's about becoming the kind of man who impresses by existing in alignment with who he truly is. Science backs it. Authenticity is magnetic. A 2011 study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who are true to themselves are seen as more genuine, trustworthy, and attractive. That's your edge. Your silence, it creates mystery. Your detachment, it signals emotional independence. Your calm presence, it commands attention without demanding it. In a world begging for validation, you remain rooted. You don't dilute your identity for acceptance. You build when others distract. You lead when others follow. You reflect instead of react. You don't need to explain your path, you walk it. So if this resonates, don't just nod, join the mission, like subscribe and connect with men who are building something real. The world can chase trends. You chase meaning, stay true and stay Sigma.